back. Just got a couple of pickups really, just to catch up. It's been flipping forever. Work's just been absolutely manic, so everything's really slowed down. Not really had the energy than the time to do a video. And the room's been an absolute tip anyway, to be fair. I only just thought after I did swap shop, I've got to get it straight, do some bits for it, put up another video. You probably would have seen my last one. Done a bit of work to one of the cabinets, hopefully that'll continue, do a few more. So yeah, just want to show a few things that I got, and then I'm all caught up. You know what it's like, you leave it in one pile, film it, and then it can go away to gather dust in its natural habitat. So I'll start with some retro stuff first, to work on a few other bits. Been slowly trying to get a couple of like Nintendo cardboard bits, as and when I see it on eBay or Vinted or even in stores. If they're cheap enough and in half decent condition, I'll pick it up. And I thought with this one being a Konami one as well, so there's not many football ones. I do prefer some of the older ones, to be fair. FIFA and that now is just too, I won't say it's realistic because it's glitchy as out, but it's just, there's no difference to it anymore, is there really, other than the name and whoever's changed teams. What's the point? But then yeah, something like this, a bit more retro, obviously is going to control like dog shit, but you know, the classic games are usually the better ones. So pick that one up. I'm pretty sure it was like £10-15 if that, complete with manual, in not bad condition. You know, get a box protector around it, it'll look half decent. But I thought, you know, maybe do some Konami ones, so you've got to get some of the sports ones they've done as well. Then this one's a bit more battered. This one was a CEX roulette, but I thought they don't come up that often, and what's the chance of actually getting, because half the time when I get them I think, oh yeah, I film a video, and then I go beyond the time when I can return it anyway, because it's just sat in a box waiting. So it was Batman Returns. Now this one is a bit worse for wear, but it was used with vouchers anyway, so it probably cost me like less than 20 quid in the stuff I've bought. Done a few sort of car boots charity shops over the summer, so but this is a game I really wanted to play, and it's, you know, it's all right. It will do, like I say, whack it in a box protector, it'll do all right for me. Now this one was a trade, with what's his name, Dave Tyler. We went to Doorway to Darkness. We set up like a bit of a trade before. You might have seen in one of his other videos, he got the Batmobile vintage one off me, and he was like, you know, what do you want to trade? And you know, again, going for a bit of Nintendo cardboard, you know, he was happy to trade this, I was happy to take it. Never really played him that much, to be honest. There's me, Inception. But this one is in lovely condition, all nice and complete. I put the can't remember whether they gave it me with a protector or not, to be honest. It might have done, maybe, not sure. But yeah, we traded this as we went round. Went up the Doorway to Darkness. I think we'll definitely have to go again. We'll do Doorway and then Kenny's, that's not too far from there, maybe CEX in Doncaster as well. Make more of a day of it, you know, because there doesn't really seem to be many game fairs up at the minute, or there's been a few toy ones, but they've always fallen when I'm at work. It's just a bit difficult at the minute to try and swap my weekends. Next year, definitely going to plan it a lot better, but you know, this year has been absolutely utter shy. I've probably been to, I don't know, maybe 3 if I'm lucky. I was hoping there was going to be an NEC one at Christmas. There isn't, so I think it's sort of April time, the next one. So I'll see if I can get to something else before Christmas. If not, I do definitely want to go and do like a London trip down to like Nerd Base, stuff like that. Do some of the game shops as well, to just to get out and about really. You know, I need to do it more next year, get out of the house. I'm one of them people, I've got fucking shit tons of holiday to use at the end of the year, panicking, scratching around to do it, and there's not really much to do. Speaking of when we went to speak about when we went to Doors to Darkness, picked up Power Rangers. As you can see, I'm a little bit of a fan of the Power Rangers, and then this is the better game of the two that's on there. The sort of beat 'em up. The other one's like a one-on-one fighter. I probably would get it just for the fact that it is Power Rangers, but I don't really like fighting games, to be honest. I'm not very good at them. I'm too old already and can't do it. But this one was a lovely one, nice and complete, nice condition. And this one's like you know, side-scrolling beat 'em up, where every so often you go into the Megazord, fight the baddies, stuff like that. I think that was about 20 quid, something like that. Wasn't a lot, but it's nice condition, and like I say, complete. It will do me. And then also wanted to get something on the Saturn as well, and I've been after this game for a while. I was originally looking on the PS1, but then when I saw this again, it wasn't mega expensive. I thought, do you know what, I'll go for it again. It's complete. Getting back into getting like the PAL Saturn games now. I do want to get some Japanese ones as well, because I've got a modded one that will play both. Got a few Japanese ones off Eddie when he had a clear out. Not meaning he had a shit. But yeah, spot goes to Hollywood. But I got this one. Like when you watch it, it's obviously like a, I don't know, like an isometric sort of platformer, collecting bits. I do remember having this one as a kid, playing this one more so than the normal Spot game where, you know, he's just like the one on the Mega Drive. I think this is more the one I played, because ages ago, I mean, I did have quite a few Saturn games and then sold them all off. I do it all the time. I get bored, sell it, and then I want it again, so I have to buy it again and buy all the stuff back again. Probably tapped in the head. What can you do? These ones now, I think pretty much would have been, it's not eBay. I did do a trip ages ago, probably 2 months ago maybe. Went to, not the local, but it's in Kirkby. Sales and Exchange it's called. Went there with Al and Paul when they did their road trip last time. Got a few bits, and again, they're just, if it's in half decent condition on the Saturn and cheap enough price, I'll pick it up. You know, may as well get some of the ones I used to have, and like I say, if it's in good enough condition, you know, I'd be daft not to get it. So this one there, Virtua Fighter 2, only 6 quid, comes with manual. I did really like the Virtua Fighters 1 and 2 when the Saturn was first out. Really enjoyed Virtua Fighter Kids actually. Used to play it, like I say, I don't really like fighters. I did sort of like this one. I always wanted to really get into like your Street Fighters, your Mortal Kombats. I'd love to be good at it, you know, to pull off the moves, but more, you know, if it's more than 4 buttons, forget it. It got no weight with me remembering it. So yeah, that was 6 quid. £4, the actual staple of any Saturn collection. Sega Rally Championship. I do love rally games. I'm playing, which one am I playing at the minute? Is it Dirt 4? Yeah, I want to say Dirt 4 on the PS4. Playing it on my PS5. I used to love all the WRC games back in the sort of PS2 era. I do like driving games. Not too bad at it, but rallying ones, I don't know, they always seem to be different. I think there was a sort of phase when I was watching a lot of like motorbike rallying races, stuff like that. So this seemed just a bit different. It wasn't like your normal Formula 1 games. They had something more about it. You know, you could have gravel going through a city. You could have going through like I don't know. I think they used to have like Welsh stages, Icelandic stages, stuff like that. It's just something a bit different. So yeah, definitely something to pick up. And for £4 complete, you know, can't really go wrong with that. And then another one that I used to have back in the day when I originally owned it, Clockwork Night. I did from memory. I did like both. You know, this one and the second one. It was just something a bit different. I think this was an eBay one. Again, complete. It's all right condition, but I'm pretty sure that was under a tenner. I'm one of those on eBay. I'm quite happy to wait for one that's cheap enough, even if it's like stupid o'clock. Put a random bid in. You know, you wake up in the morning, you won it, or you haven't won it. You know, one or the other. Then something a bit more modern. I think I can't remember whose YouTube I was watching, but they were playing this, and I thought I do want to get into shooters. Switch seems the system to sort of go to at the minute. I know they do a lot where they do Switch and PS4 at the same time, but yeah, Switch seems to be it. Plus, it's portable. You can turn it round. I need to get one of them grips where you can hold it in Tarte mode and play it like that. But yeah, I saw someone play this, so I had to pick it up, and that's Jamestown. I opened it, you can see. But yeah, it looks like a really good, just something a bit different. Not necessarily full on bullet hell. I'm not a massive fan of them. But like if I went to like an arcade or something like 1942, 1943, stuff like that, they're the sort of ones I go to. When I'm not playing on Time Pilot, that is my absolute best game in the world. In the arcade, like if I could just have that, if I could have an arcade cover that, buzzing, I'd love it. I spend all my time trying to get a high score. I don't really play the newer Time Pilot. I can't remember what it's called, Time Pilot something. But yeah, the original one for me, it's such a great game, so addictive. You'll play it, and then you'll die loads of times, but you just want to keep on going, trying to beat your score. Yeah, like I could spend hours on that game. You know, when you really zone in, and then all of a sudden something just brings you back into reality, and like, oh shit, that's been 4 hours later. That's me on that game. Love it. Next one, little bit of a console. If anyone ever listened to my Desert Island games many moons ago with Retro Bear, this is what really started my sort of gaming journey. A TV boy. So obviously, as you can see, basically you just plug it into your TV, but it just plays Atari games. But this was my, I don't know if you want to call it a system. There you go, look at that. Proper corny, but I just love, you know, I just love this system. Like it got me playing all the different games, you know. I mean, it's got the big list of games on it. You know, essentially it is just some of the Atari classics. But yeah, stuff like Empire Strikes Back on this and stuff. Like, especially because I used to love watching, you know, the original Star Wars trilogy as a kid. Playing this all the time was awesome, and it's what really got me going. Probably like from this I sort of migrated to the Game Boy. That was the next thing I really had. So the handheld aspect to it was probably what started me off on the Game Boy journey. You know, original Game Boy, then up through to Game Boy Color and all that sort of stuff. Then next up, just a couple of movies. I know these aren't the best ones in the world, but I just wanted to get all of these. I think it's because the newer film of this franchise, even though I think some people weren't as keen on it, I love it. Like, usually if my missus buggers off as a night out somewhere, this will be the movie I put on and watch. And again, from Kirkby Sales and Exchange, they were £2 each. Batman Forever and Batman and Robin. So for £2 for a Blu-ray, I still love buying Blu-rays. 4Ks if I can, if they're similar price. But for me, physical movies I'd rather have that than flick through Netflix or whatever and have to pay. I just don't want it digital that one day I'm just going to forget my login and that's it. Got to buy it all again. Whereas this, I can just keep on going. And like I say, the new Batman movie, I know most people weren't, probably weren't a fan. I really liked it. Pattinson was he was alright as Bruce Wayne. Not as much as his character in it, but yeah, I like the sort of darker comic book, because it was like the graphic novel style of it. I liked it, and I can't wait for the next one. I think it's a good way forward with it, really. Unless they go really, really dark, like the Tim Burton ones. If they could find a dark version of it, but they're just going to alienate families that want to take the kids to watch it. So, yeah, another couple of good ones there. And yeah, probably bring back Toy Tuesday, because one person's requested it, so I'll honour it, my friend. I shall do it. But just bear with me. Work's always manic. I think we've been short staffed for 2 years, so until we get fully staffed and I'm not constantly drained, it might be a bit sporadic, but a couple of videos done. Hopefully I can just carry on now. So thanks for watching. Hopefully see you soon. We'll see. See ya.